it's cool, man.
Oh, it
There's a lot of cool shit on here.
I see. You just asked me why.
I do the Trump stuff, though. I like the Trump stuff.
Like funny stuff?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the girls on there, some of the videos they put on there is funny as hell.
All right, everybody, good Friday morning. Today is Friday, August 12th, 2022. This is your Friday safety meeting. We do this Friday safety meeting 52 Fridays a year. Even the Friday after Thanksgiving, we're going to be right here with you, giving you the information you need to make you as safe as possible, as well as sharing some other departments around the building. My name is Dennis Davis. I work in the safety department. If you ever have any questions, safety related or otherwise, feel free to stop by. We're on the southernmost part of the campus here, right by the leasing department, right in the center of the room, right next to the pillar. So we look forward to meeting with anybody that wants to stop by. We have an awesome group of folks in our safety department. Hopefully a couple of them are watching this morning, and we will do whatever we can to get you taken care of. So good thing about this meeting, breakfast is always free at each of our locations, Pittston, Salt Lake, and here in Springfield. So let's give our folks that's helping us out a round of applause. You know, one of these weeks I'm going to get a count of how many hungry trucking professionals we have at 3 locations that we are feeding on these Friday mornings. So, you know, we do simulcast at each of our locations. So we're going to go east first. Our buddy Rick Ifford is out today. So who do we got with us this morning?
Good morning, it's Lisa and all these fine folks here in PA.
All right, it's our buddy Lisa. Good morning. All right, Lisa, I need you to do your best Rick Ifford impersonation. He's out today, but I'm gonna challenge him to go back and watch your impersonation of him a little bit later next week. So what we got going on in Pittston?
Let's see. Well, we have a great class. That's what he would always say. Folks are ready to get going. Ready to get going.
Awesome, awesome. I see you guys got a pretty decent crowd, and I'm pretty sure you guys got some folks in line over there to your left over in the cafe. So, you know, I also understand you guys got some construction out that back window. He'd always going.
We do. That is just about up and the grass is even growing. It's that should be done, you know, very shortly. I think they're waiting on the doors to come in. That's about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I won't hold you too long. I know folks don't like to get on the mic sometimes, but I see your buddy Bill over there to your right. Good morning, Bill. I hope all is well. Appreciate you wearing that red shirt, supporting us in our red shirt efforts. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right. So we may have had some technical difficulties out in Salt Lake. Do we have anybody in Salt Lake with us this morning? Troy, Brian, Gage, nobody? Well, that's okay. We'll get them a little bit later. So right back here to Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
Man, you know, you just don't get that. You know, I was having a conversation with some friends of mine here earlier this week, and you know, they're accountants, so they're kind of nerds, and they kind of work at home, and they talk about how productive they are working at the house and be able to get that done. And they asked me about, you know, my work situation. I said, you know, we've got some flexibility here, but man, I like coming to work. I like being here. I like, you know, I got friends that work here. You know, my family works here. You know, I like talking to drivers. Plus, you know, you don't get this energy from your drivers and your coworkers here sitting at the house. So I appreciate, you know, being able to come here every single day. Thank you guys for having us every Friday morning. You know, we figured out some things here recently with this Friday morning meeting. You know, a lot of folks are watching, all right? Some of you folks that are new, and we'll talk to you folks here in just a second. We know that you've been watching this meeting probably for about 4 or 5 months before you even thought about coming to Prime. This is one of the reasons that you chose Prime, is because we stand up here from the bottom of the barrel, Dennis Davis, all the way to the top. You know, Robert Lowe himself will stand right up here and be as transparent as we possibly can and give you that information. So for those that are watching online, Facebook Live and YouTube, thank you, welcome. I'll do my best impersonation of a YouTube influencer. Please click like and subscribe so you can get notifications anytime we post a video or anytime we go live. So All right, so let's talk to our new folks for just a second. Any new folks here? AC, BC, no seat, DC? Stand up. Let us recognize you. Welcome to the family. All of our locations. Go ahead. Good deal, good deal. Thank you guys for being with us. You guys had some tough decisions to make. You know, on average, you guys probably had a number of different options of trucking companies that you could have gone to. You guys are the cream of the crop. We did our homework. We alleviated some of the folks that didn't meet the criteria, and our standards are high. But you folks have made the decision to come here, and we're glad you're here. So I'm not doing this meeting by myself. I just kind of casted the old man on and off. Hey, good morning, Steve. How you doing?
Morning, Dennis. I always love Dennis up here. Has such enthusiasm, and as he said, I would like to welcome everyone here, and also our veteran drivers that are here that taking a few minutes to spend with us on Friday morning. And to our new drivers, you're entering a tough profession. It's challenging. It's real challenging. It can be dangerous at times. We're going to give you the absolute best training that we can. We're going to give you the absolute best equipment, the best support. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the driver in the seat, and we're going to depend on you to be safe out there, to be professionals. That's what we're known for, professional drivers. So as you go through your training, listen to your instructor, then you'll get your license, listen to your trainer. People say, well, why do we have to team up so long? We've been doing this a long time, this PSD program, probably 15, 16 years now. Truly is the best training program in the industry. And that additional miles that we put on our drivers, that's what's going to make the difference out there, because we don't want to release you until you're going to be successful. There are so many challenges out there, and we just want to make sure you're successful, because if you're successful, then we'll be successful. So we have a lot riding on this on both sides, and we're counting on you, and we know you can do it. So again, thanks for being here. All our new folks, thanks for being here. Our veteran drivers, we're kind of moving into an exciting time of the year. We're finally getting some events back. And I want to go to events first. And then
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I kind of wrote them down. We've got the Salt Lake City picnic coming up on August 20th. We've got the Pittston picnic on August 27th, and then the big picnic of all picnics here in Springfield on September 3rd. The picnic's fun. The one we have here in Springfield, we combine that with using Friday night for our Pride and Polish, and also our truck driving championship, which we might circle back around to a little bit later and talk about that. But it really is a fun time. It's a good chance to relax, to socialize with all the in-house folks, our driver associates all together. So if you have the opportunity, please try to attend one of our picnics, and you won't regret it. And then we'll be moving right into dinners recognizing associates that have been here 10 years, 15 years. Then we'll be getting into the holiday season. So I'm pretty excited about having our events back live after a 2-year hiatus, which we didn't like, but we're back now better than ever.
My son just asked me the other day, hey, are we having a picnic this year?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All the crab legs that little guy can eat, he's going to run around and just have a good time. So bring your families. We love to see the families come out, have a good time, eat as much crab legs, ice cream, bounce houses, the whole 9 yards. Bingo. 3 years of toys been stocking up, ready to give away to the kids. So. All right, let's talk a little bit about safety. We got an exciting meeting for you today, jam-packed with speakers from various parts of the company. So we're going to get the safety deal, and then we're going to keep on pressing. See, you guys keep hearing that feedback, but see, us professionals, we just keep on going, right? All right, so let's talk a little bit about safety. Dave White's on vacation this week, and he would always say, hey, we have got to talk about those inspections. So here we go, this week. We had a little bit of a challenge this week with inspections. 133 total inspections, 79 clean, 59%. For a prime standard, man, that's a little bit low, but that's okay. That's still more than 20% above what the industry standard is for clean inspections. Some of the things we want to concentrate on are, just the little things that count. Making sure you've got all that bright orange seatbelt, not tucked under your left shoulder or whatever it may be. Let's wear it properly. That's where we get caught the most. And of course, keeping that speed down. We got some speed violations in various states. Not to call out any state, but state of Indiana loves to catch us speeding. That's 6 to 10 over the posted limit. So I'd love to see We did a little traveling this summer. Love to see those prime trucks out on the road in that right lane, doing that 62, 63 miles an hour, just letting the speedsters on the left side just pass us up as we just take that to the bank. Right, Steve?
That we do. And another area that we do get violations each week that we can do better, I know we can, is with the logs, with the hours of service. So what I'm going to recommend is if you're not sure about something, if it's been a little while since you've taken our comprehensive log class, get with your log advisor. We do it Monday through Friday down in the plaza, and it might just remind you of a couple of those things that sometimes we struggle on the inspection. We can't find our paper log book. We forget how to show the officer where the internal Omnitrax manual is. It's inside the Omnitrax. It's not printed out, but you have to be able to show the officer how to get it, how to certify your logs each week. We've got a lot of low-hanging fruit when it comes to hours of service, so I really do advise you to work with your log advisor. Let's make sure that we know when we're inspected, we're just going to ace it. If we're a lease operator, we're going to collect $100. If we're a company driver or a second seat, $25 for those clean inspections. We love handing that money out.
So, Steve mentioned that the logs class, gives me an opportunity to give a little shameless plug for the PSC class. PSC, Prime Safety Certified. It's our own unique version of the safety class. We do that 7 days a week here in Springfield, Monday through Sunday. Starts at 7 a.m. over at the simulators at the campus inn. So even for our veteran drivers, it's no shame in going in and getting an annual recertification, same as you would ask your surgeon or your doctor to do, or your airline pilot to do. Truck drivers are right there in that same stratosphere where you have very little room for mistakes out there on the road. So we appreciate you guys coming in and getting that done. One last quick announcement. We want to make sure you should have received a fleet message, Qualcomm message, or Omnitrax message this week. CBSA Brake Safety Check Week is coming up August 21st to the 27th. So make sure that we're doing those proper pre-chip inspections, no matter how dark it is. It's not cold this time of year, not in most places, but no matter what the weather is, no matter what your fatigue level is, let's get outside that equipment, let's get it checked out, because here starting the 21st, they're going to be looking for you to get you pulled in. It's just an opportunity for prime drivers to make $100. So. All right, let's keep on rolling.
Let's keep going.
Who's our first speaker here?
Let's do one thing first, though,
All right.
if you don't mind. I talked about the picnics and the truck driving championship. Let's just talk about that for a minute more. What happens at the truck driving championship? And that's where anyone can compete. As long as you have a CDL, it's a lot of fun. People do well. Some don't do so well. Some it's their first year. Some it's their 20th year. But we do have a good time out there on our pet under the lights with food and music. And what happens is, those that do the best, they get to go to the state championship. And then you go down there and you compete against the best of the best from Missouri. And then if you do well down there, and when I say well, I mean win your class, then you get to go to the nationals. And now I want to go ahead and come on up for a second, Dwayne, if you would. We're going to give you a big send-off, because we are sending Dwayne to the nationals next week, because he is a state champion. You've been doing this stuff a long time, Dwayne, so...
18 years.
18 years. And how many times have you gone to nationals?
This will be my 5th time.
Your 5th time. This is going to be the year, isn't it? This is the year.
Well, you never know. I mean...
Well, you told me there's something a little different this year. You're driving on day 2 instead of day 1.
This will be my first time I get to drive the second day, so I get a day off before I drive, and I get to watch all the competition and try to get some eggies on what I need to do.
I've watched you out on the pad, and, I see folks, they're having fun, which is great. They're eating, they're chatting, but not you. You're always watching. You're always watching every vehicle, every problem. You're always thinking, and I think that's one of the reasons you do so well. You take it so seriously.
Yes, I do. I look forward to this time of the year every year, and I've been second 5 times at state, and third once, too, and won grand champion in 2007, so... I don't know, the best I've done at nationals is 24th, 28th, and then I was 34th and like 36th, so hopefully I can get down in top 10, top 5.
What did Scott finish at nationals last year?
Scott was in the top 5 last year, and he actually did the runoff and ended up in 5th.
So we've actually got 2 drivers going to nationals. We got Dwayne.
I'll see him Monday.
Sorry?
I will see him Monday.
Yes, you'll see him Monday, because we also have Scott going, and he's going to be in the flatbed division, and Dave White from the safety department will be up there kind of chaperoning and making contacts, and Dwayne, we want to wish you the best of luck. We're super proud of you up there. Hope you and Scott knock it out of the park.
Anybody that smokes and you can't stop smoking, that's what this is. Once you get involved in this, you can't stop. It's something you want to do every year, and you can't wait. It's an addiction. Ben can tell you, he's been doing it probably close to, what, 8-10 years now?
And he's another champion too.
So, and it is just like smoking, you can't, it's hard to stop. So, hopefully, keep doing it, till I don't drive no more.
Bring back a trophy this year, Dwayne.
Thank you,
Good luck
sir.
to you.
I appreciate it.
you.
Yep, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Awesome, Dwayne. You know, we're really proud of you. We're really rooting for you. And if you would, man, keep an eye on Dave White for you. All right, so we just gonna sub on in, right? Hey, so a couple weeks ago, we announced that we've got a new addition to the safety department. Oh, John Harden here. He's no stranger to Prime. He's been here 18 years, and you know, we've really got to get into the routine of getting him up here in front of this microphone and doing this Friday morning meeting. You know, Steve Field makes this thing look so easy, but everybody thinks they can just jump up here and go with it. So we're going to give John his opportunity to jump in and flow with it. You know, this time of year, it's 100 degrees outside, and I just realized that me and John are dressed exactly alike. You know, we're dressed in shorts, probably in most parts of the country, but soon, trust me, soon the weather is going to start to change on us, and there's, you know, some regulations out west that you need to have those chains in the truck. John's going to talk to us just a little bit about tire chains and what the requirements are coming up here pretty soon.
Yes, thank you, Dennis. So yeah, as Dennis said, I'm the newest safety associate, so they get to come up here, greet all the new students, say hi, do all the fun stuff, and then, can we say 4-letter words up here? Talk about snow, right? So, you know, we do have some regulations coming up September 1st out west of Denver. Wanted to go through, we got some slides here, I think, that we can pull up. So everything you need to know is located on the Prime app, and how to access that, if you look at the monitor there, click down on the menu there, go down to documents, and then from there, go over there and it's got the 2022 chain advisory. And so what that does, that'll pull up all of these sheets here for all the different states. And then for the new students here, we've got help for this. So out here in Springfield, we've got Stan Casterkey's team in the basement of the Plaza building there. They're on the north end in the basement, right, Stan? So they've got a demonstration set up out there. They've got some chains, some tools out there. You can go up there, learn how to put the chains on the tires. Pittston, we've got Mr. Meredith out there. He's on the training pad. And then Salt Lake City, Mike Horseman and Zach Schultz. They're in the Plaza building out there. So anytime you're in any of the terminals, you have questions, you want help with that, you know, please go by and see them. They can definitely help. Like Dennis said, it's coming up. Nobody's thinking about it. It's 100 degrees outside, but it's going to be here before you know it. Less than 3 weeks, and you know, like Mr. Woodkey had talked about last week, the Northwest is rolling, right? So, you know, we never want to be in a situation where you're going to miss out on a big paycheck because you're not prepared to go out west. So, you know, that's really all I have. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to answer. We'll be around after the meeting as well, so, you know, let us know and we can definitely help you out with that.
Awesome. Appreciate it, John. Hey, man, you're rolling so well. Why don't you stay up here with me? You know, finish us out. Hey, you know, John mentioned the Prime mobile app. You know, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the Prime, in my humble opinion, is probably one of the most useful tools that we have available to our driver base. If you haven't downloaded it yet, jump on your Apple device or your Android device, download the Prime mobile app. If you have any questions about the mobile app or really anything technology related, you know, we've got the experts over here to my right. Richard and Brianne will be hanging around after the meeting, so if you have any questions about anything technology related, they can help you out. So,
hey, one thing I do want to mention that Steve did brought up, it's a good point. So just because, you know, maybe it's sunny out, maybe there's no snow on the ground, there's no inclement weather, but, you know, after a certain date, you've got to have those chains on the truck to be legal. So if you get pulled over, get inspected, you want to have those on the truck. get that clean inspection money. So everything's on the app as far as the dates, so just make sure you check that out, and that's it.
All right, what do we got next, guys? So, you know, we've had some challenges this week, and I think we even saw one on the news, and I think we saw one that's circulating on social media, and that's some tire fires, all right? And these things put you at peril, they put the motoring public at peril, they put, of course, our customers' product at peril. Again, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the meeting, everybody's watching. We've got customers watching right now. We're not ashamed to say sometimes we have some challenges, but of course, we're here to give you the information you need to make sure that you protect yourself, protect the motoring public, and protect that customer's product. So I'm gonna ask Justin Coffin to come up and talk a little bit about what we do to prevent those.
Thank you very much, Dennis, and it certainly is good to be here, you know, every week, and appreciate the opportunity to kind of talk about some of the issues that we might have going on out in the call center, or, you know, out there on the road. So, you know, this week, Dennis was right, we had several thermal events. You know, that's kind of what we call them, but we're going to get a slideshow up here, and starting with, you know, low tires or run flat tires causing a thermal event. And you know, here's a photo of a tire inflation light. You know, hopefully you've seen this before and it hasn't been on, but if it does come on, you know, it's so important that we attack that. So, you know, on all of our older trailers, even like flatbeds or tankers, you know, you'll see a white tire inflation light. Whereas newer trailers, 160,000 series and up, have a purple tire inflation light. But, you know, should you be hooking up to a trailer, a reefer trailer, you know, and this light be on, you know, we've got to stop. We can't move, you know, we can get out a bottle of soapy water, kind of spray down the tires, you know, make sure there's no leaks in any hoses, you know, but we need to make sure that light goes out before we roll. And should that light come on in or out, you know, it's so important that we're watching that. Comes on, we get pulled over safely, find a safe place within a half mile to get pulled over and get out your bottle of soapy water. Let's check the tires, let's check the hoses, let's see where the leak is coming from. You know, obviously, you know, if you've got a full loaded trailer, you know, and you're starting to have a tire go down, then that heat starts to rise. And whenever that tire blows out and the tire starts dragging and throwing sparks, you know, the possibility exists for a thermal event. This thermal event was back in June and, you know, in Tennessee. And I just wanted to show this one as one of the examples where we got the bogey back and we really analyzed it. But here, and you can kind of see the purple arrow up there is the right front tire. You know, and you see that kind of ball of wire, you know, so it's the curbside front tire. See that ball of wire, you know, where the tire, you know, ran low, blew out, that wire started to wrap around there. You know, just to give you another little piece of information is that, you know, we got an alert and tire first inflation alert on the Qualcomm, you know, through our WorkCom system, and you know, it was about 3.2 miles later, whenever we were sitting on the side of the road, stopped, stationary, you know, and the fire started. So, you know, 5 minutes. What I'll tell you is that it's another 2 minutes before we even get an alert. So the important part of this is watching that light. So that light has to be on for 2 minutes before it ever sends an alert. And with that being said, that there's communication time from the time it comes to us and we send you a Qualcomm message. So really, you know, that light had been on for a little while. You know, at least 2 minutes, probably four minutes before we ever got an entire inflation alert. So, you know, these things can happen and spiral really quickly. And, you know, paying attention to that light is very key. It's going to be the early indicator outside of any message coming to you. That's whenever you know you've got a problem. You know, like I said, find a safe spot to pull over within a half mile. bottle of soapy water, let's check things over. And if you find a problem, and even, you know, contact Road Assist. You know, let's get Road Assist on the phone. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. Okay, we'll get a game plan to get you fixed. So I'll say also, you know, the same thing is true while our truck's air compressor inflates the trailer tires, right? Whenever we hook up, so the truck's air system will inflate the trailer tires. On our trucks, we have TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system. And so we want to make sure that the truck TPMS is also working, because we did have a dry tire thermal event several weeks back as well. So, you know, just we want to make sure that TPMS is working so that if you pick up a nail, you know, and you start dropping air, it starts alerting you. But the truck TPMS is not going to inflate the tire, right? So we've got to get a game plan to get that fixed. Moving on, talked a little bit about Brake Safety Week. I think it was already talked about August 21st through August 27th. So we just want to make sure, you know, that we're doing good, as Dennis talked about earlier, good pre-trip, en-route, and post-trip inspections. And so here's a photo of a I think I talked about this in the last safety meeting as well, but you know, these damages to the bottom rails and or the top rail, if you see a broken top rail, that is just as important, if not more. You know, that is a stop everything, let's contact Road Assist, let's get photos, and you know, let's get a game plan for either a transload or a temp repair. You know, I thought I'd just throw out this photo of the tire. You know, whenever we go through you know, Brake Safety Week, we want to make sure that we have adequate tread depth on all of our tires. And once again, whenever we talk about our TPMS system, we recommend 110 pounds of air pressure in our steer tires and 100 pounds of air pressure in our drive and trailer tires. So, you know, you got to make sure our tires are properly inflated, adequate tread depth on steer tires. Recommend, and it's DOT guideline, that we have 4 seconds of tread in every major tread groove of a steer tire and 2 seconds of tread in every major tread groove of a drive or trailer tire. So the major tread grooves are the red arrows right there. So I want to point that out. And where the green arrow is, that's the decoupling groove. You know, that decoupling groove does not count as a major tread groove. It can be worked completely off the top, and the DOT, you know, will not count that because it does not have a wear bar, you know, or rock guard. It's not considered a major tread groove. So what we're really focused on are those red arrow grooves. And I think there should be a few. There you go. Once again, leaking wheel seal, leaky, you know, flange axle gasket. You know, don't at all be afraid. You know, if something doesn't look right, send your photos into Road Assist. We want to take a look at them. We want to figure out what we need to do to get it fixed for you. Next photo. That's it. All right. With all that being said, you know, once again, and I think I mentioned this in the last meeting as well, we offer a class called Pro Maintenance 1.0 every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. over at the campus inn. And, you know, we would love to have you. It teaches you hands-on maintenance, you know, so there's a classroom portion where we talk about the value of doing some small repairs yourself. And then we actually take you out into the classroom where we show you hands-on how to prime a reefer unit, how to change a fuel, how to change a fuse in a box, you know, and how to, you know, replace a mud flap, or check a starter circuit. So we would love to have you in that class. How many people have ever been through Pro Maintenance? Raise your hand. All right. Well, I'll see the rest of you after this meeting over here signing up. So, all right. All right. Any questions for me?
A tire pressure monitor issue the other day on the truck. Okay, my
How you doing?
rear
Good.
drive
What's up?
tires
Not bad, but
came on the
tire
tire
pressure
monitor and read hot on the
steers,
monitor.
they put 100 pounds in. They don't put 100
Running
pounds.
toe gloves right then and there, called
Hey, how you talking about?
They said shut it down and let it sit. That's what I did. Everything went back to normal after about
That's a good question. So our TPMS actually tracks heat too. You know, so if those sensors were starting to get hot for some reason, it's going to flash hot. You couldn't touch them. So what year is your truck? Oh, 23. All right. So new truck. You know, I'd say see Jeff Wharf on site, bring minor rep and me after the meeting. We have I can make sure the right software is in it because there was an issue there. So, yep. Yep. Good point. We'll take a look at that. Talk to Jeff.
Yeah, and the trucks, when they put the tires on, they're only putting 100 pounds in the steers.
Is it a Goodyear or Michelin?
Mitchell in my mind right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is that new truck?
2021.
Okay, and who's only putting the 100 pounds?
You guys are. The shop is.
Okay.
Tire shop. I just
Well,
had all the tires put on, and that's all they put. It was 100 pounds each one.
Okay. We'll take a look at that with Jason Berry and Doug Tam.
Hey, thank you, Justin. Great information. Hey, and just one thing I want to add in real quick. You know, these monitor lights, when they come on, this is a very serious deal, and you know, Robert's invested a lot of money into that equipment. You know, all the equipment on the truck for the forward collision, the hard brakes, the roll stabilities, the tire monitoring. So, you know, please buy into this. You know, you may have this come on, it may be a false event. So the next time it comes on, don't just think this could be another false event. You know, take it seriously every time, and get with your road assist advisor. See what to do.
All right, excellent. You know, I think I saw a couple other hands up. You know, Justin and all of our other speakers will be hanging out after the meeting. So if you want to step over there, address your question or concern, they'll be glad to get you taken care of. So, hey, let's move right along. We're going to be pressed for time, but we're okay. We are okay. See, this is one of my favorite things about this meeting is when we get first-time speakers up. So I'm going to ask Sherry Wilson to come up from our detail shop. Everybody give her a warm round of applause. This is her very first time. I'm going to tell you guys a little quick story about Sherry. You know, we try to, throughout the week, try to put these meetings together, get some speakers set up. And I want you to slide over a little bit. That exit sign right here is kind of the center, but you can still come close. You can still come close. I called her, and her co-worker, you know, not Sherry, but Terry is usually the one that comes and gives us information, and she was kind enough to call us yesterday and say, hey, Terry's not available, so you're going to have to find another speaker. And I said, I already found one. She was like, who? You. She said, and then she said something else that caught me by surprise. So how long have you worked here?
Altogether, 18.5 years.
18 and a half years. And how many times have you ever been to or seen one of these meetings?
I plead the fifth.
Not a single once. But that's okay. That's because she's over there. She's working, you know. But now that you're a part of it, you're going to be tuning in. You're probably on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of it, right?
Yep.
All right. So you're going to be tuning in live. Not to make you nervous, but we've got about 2 million people watching live on Facebook and YouTube, okay?
Hi, everybody.
There you go. See, she's ready. She's ready. So I just got a few quick questions for you about the detail shop and some of the services you offer. So first, this place is pretty big. Tell us where the detail shop is located.
If you've hit 44 north of here, you've gone too far. We're the last building north on the complex.
All right, so the second piece, we're the last, kind of the last south. You're the last north, way on the other side. So awesome, right near 44. So tell us some of the services you offer. I'm also trying to chime in one more time. There was a guy that called there about 2 weeks ago. I think he was in tears because there was a massive spill of food in his car, and you guys were able to get him in and get him taken care of. I don't know who that is, but
I don't either.
I know, but so thank you, by the way.
You're welcome.
But tell us about some of the services that you guys offer.
We have a pet wash that is down at the end of the hall from the office. That service is free, but you need to provide your own shampoo and towels and stuff like that.
And pet.
And your own pet, unless you want to do mine, that's fine. We have an interior body shop that we fix the interior holes in your cabinets, your seats, your vinyl, your dash. If you burn a hole in it or something, you can come down and see us. Normally Bay 11 is where you're gonna go. And ask for Terrence, and we have a local guy, Robert, and we can call him up front too, whenever we need to. We have an install department. We do your TVs, CVs. We don't do like dash music radios. We install step boxes, chain racks, mud flap chain racks. Prime has a Epic View satellite system that we do. Let's see, what else do we do?
So, what if, there's a situation where I may be taking some time off and I might need a little bit of storage? I think you guys got some storage over there?
Yes, we do. They are good for 60 days. They're 3x3. No chains, low locks, flatbed gear, mattresses. They're not designed for that. They're designed for your personal belongings inside the truck. We have 114 of those. So 60 days is the max that we can allow people to stay in, and just come see us and we'll get you signed up.
Hey, all great offers, all great opportunities out there, great services, but I'm sure they're not free. Is there somewhere we can go, we can find out the cost of some of these services?
Oh yeah, come down and see us and we'll help you out. Terry and I are in the detail office. Anytime you have questions, you're in our area, whether it's about us or not, we'll try to help you out. If we can't figure out an answer, we'll figure it out.
You stole my line. But that's okay, that's good. That goes to the culture of the company. Everybody's willing to help. Everybody says it doesn't matter if it's a question about what we do, we're gonna find the answer for you. So, hey, real quick before I let you get out of here, tell us the hours and when you guys are available.
I'm in the office from 6:30 to 4:30. Terry's in the office right now from 7 to 5, 6 o'clock. She does work some evening shifts occasionally, so she may be in later than that sometimes.
Awesome. So, hey, everybody give Sherry a round of applause. Thank you so much. Now that you've come and done it, we expect you back every other week to give us information. All right. Great job. It's really not easy for folks that, they're just out working hard trying to provide services for our drivers, and then all of a sudden they say, hey, come up and speak in front of a whole bunch of people. It's never easy, but just in the true Prime culture, they're ready to step up at a moment's notice. So thank you to all of our speakers, and thank you each and every week for guys coming up and being participants. Speaking of which, another hard guy to get to come up and speak. We got a shy one, but man, he is one of the hardest working folks here. He's traveling across the country nonstop. He is all encompassing when it comes to our tanker division. So I'm gonna ask Brett Von Wheeler and I'm gonna ask Kyle Walker to come on up and give us a little bit of information about, what's going on new at our Manuka facility in Illinois. And I think Kyle's gonna talk about it in Edinburgh.
Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome the new drivers, wish you safe travels down the road. My name is Brett Von Wheeler, and I work in our tanker operation. Part of my responsibility is I get to work with our outside tank washes. We have them in Savannah, Georgia, Decatur, Indiana. You might have been to the Savannah, or the new one in Manuka, Illinois. That's really what I was asked to come up and talk about, because it is open now.
That guy over there in the white
It
hat?
is
That's your
fully
guy.
functional. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those. So I want to give as much time to Kyle to talk about our growth that we've had and the division he helps run. Manuka is at 80 and 55, just south of Chicago. We have driver long-term parking. We have bobtail parking, showers, locker rooms, vending, 6 shop bays, 2 trailer rebuild bays, a reefer washout bay, and then 2 tank wash bays. There's plenty of, and there's also safe parking for high valve loads. We have security on site, 24/7, cameras on the spots for them to continually watch those high value loads. So we have that up there as well. We are doing a picnic. I know Steve mentioned the picnics. We're going to do one in Decatur, Indiana on September 24th. and then over in Manuka on September 30th. If you're in the area, please stop by. We'd love to have you. We're going to have a shuttle running in Manuka to the facility that we're holding the party. And then the one in Decatur will be there on site. Any questions on Manuka? I'm going to turn it over to Kyle.
Hey, good morning. Just to follow up on Manuka, we have an awesome shop up there. So if you need some help, you have trouble getting in other places, give our shop a call up there. We'll be able to get you in right away. I had a guy call me yesterday, said couldn't get into the shop. I called Matt McCabe up there, and he said, hey, what time can you be here? Get you right in. So, as Brett said, my name's Kyle. I work in Tanker, and I also work with our...
Give a shout out to the sales team. When we purchased Milky Way, they had subpar rates, and they've gone in and revamped all the rates, and they've gone in and revamped all the rates, and Kyle's trucks run up there, revenue per truck equal to all the other divisions week after week, and it didn't start that way, but in the last year it has become equivalent to the other divisions.
And we also have our Prime East washout. That is our inedible washout, so we only wash out our inedible tankers there. But if you're having trouble finding parking anywhere, you're always welcome to come over to Prime East and visit with us and come in the office and say hi, and we got lots of parking over there.
Anybody else? I'll turn it back over. John.
All right, thank you guys. Sounds like a great facility up there. And also, that's not just a facility for the tanker division, so everybody can use that as they mentioned. So, all right, did we connect with Salt Lake City yet? Gage, are you out there?
No problem. We'll jump in and get Gage next week. Also, maybe next week we'll get the flatbed guys out here so that we're not all reefer heavy, right?
That'd be a good idea.
All right. So before we get out of here, one thing we do always want to do. You see a lot of John and I and Steve and a lot of the team up here wearing red. We try to do this every Friday. We RED. Remember, everyone deployed. We are a company that appreciates those that served in uniform. So if you defended this country, and no matter what service, if you would stand and let us properly thank you. Thank you guys so much for what you do, and we're going to ask, don't sit back down, get on your phone, it's your turn. We're going to ask our big heavy hitter to come up. This is Steve Bucky, Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
Hey.